So you want to learn how to peek correctly in Siege, huh? Well, this is the video for you. We'll be going over 4 types of peeks in Siege, the pros and cons, and also how to use them. But first, before we get to those, we should probably tell you how to actually approach a corner. Now, we will go over how to approach the corner to get the perfect peek setup. First, you want to make sure you are using slow walk, going over to the corner, so they will not know you're there. That is left alt on the keyboard. You also want to make sure that you are against the furthest wall to get the widest peek around the corner. Tilt the direction you are moving to see around the corner quicker and get the edge on your opponents. Then also make sure your crosshair is in the head level to get those nice headshots. That's the basics of every peek, so let's get in some detailed peeks. This peek is called the swing peek. This peek requires quick reaction and knowledge of the map as you will be looking quickly over your room and scanning for enemies. It starts with a normal slow walk, and then as fast as you can, while still aiming, swing around the corner and catch people off guard. The pros of the swing peek are its unpredictability, it's the quickest way to get a kill, and it also catches people off guard most times. The cons are it has the biggest risk, revealing your whole body, and it's probably one of the harder peeks. This next peek is called the quick peek. This is either to gather information quickly without much risk, or to peek someone you already know is there and get a quick kill. For it, you are going to want to stand closer to the door than what you did with the swing peek, but only come around the door a little bit to use your leans to help you peek faster. The pros for the quick peek are basically the same as swings. It is very unpredictable, it's the quickest way to get a kill, and it also catches people off guard most of the time. There's only one con for the quick peek, and it is a very hard peek. The second to last peek we will be showcasing is called the slow peek. This peek is for situations where nobody knows you are there already, and you want to keep it that way, so you can sneak up on them and get easy kills. The pros of the slow peeks are that it gives you a silent approach, and it also gives you the jump on people. The cons are that it gives enemies a lot of reaction time if they are peeking that door already or already know you are there, and it is also a very predictable peek. This is the last peek and probably the hardest to pull off of all of them, and this peek is called Pixel Peek. This peek requires high reaction timing as you don't have a very open window to kill your enemy as you are looking through a hole in the wall or literal pixels. The pros of the Pixel Peek is it is a very small peek, so people will have trouble seeing you through it. It is the safest way to peek, barely any risk. The cons are you need to sit in one spot and wait. It is the hardest peek to get a kill, and it is not as easy to set up. All in all, we learned how to do 4 peeks in this video. Once you get the basics of the peeks, and also improve your aim, all you need to do is practice and you'll be a peeking pro.